Universidad Católica Santiago de Guayaquil, Faculty of Medical Sciences, Nursery Career, San Vicente de Paul. Topic: Acute lymphoblastic leukemia in children. Subject: Technical English. Student: Adriana Domínguez Peñafiel. Definition: is a cancer that starts from the early version of the white blood cell kayak, lymphoblastic in the bone marrow, the shaped inner part of the bones where the blood cell made. This type of cancer usually has worse killing is the not treated.
Leukemia is cancer of the white blood cells. White blood cells help your body fight infection. Your blood cells form in your bone marrow. In leukemia, however, the bone marrow produces abnormal white blood cells. These cells crowd out the healthy blood cells, making it hard for blood to do its work. In acute lymphocytic leukemia, ALL, also called acute lymphoblastic leukemia, there are too many of specific types of white blood cells called lymphocytes or lymphoblasts. ALL is the most common type of cancer in children.
Application in nursing. ALL is the most common cancer diagnostic in children and represents approximately 25% of cancer diagnostic among children younger than 15 years. All occur on the annual data 35 of 13 cases per 1 million people in the United States. There are approximately 2.400 children and adolescents younger than 15 years diagnosed with a year in the United States.
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia is the most common malignancy in children. It's a malignancy of the bone marrow where the blood is made. It presents itself in the children because the bone marrow no longer is functioning. So they come to us tired or pale because they're anemic. They come to us with fever or persistent infection because they're not able to make normal infection-fighting cells. They come to us bleeding or bruising because they can't make the usual elements that clot the blood. And using very sophisticated methodology, we make the diagnosis usually on the day of their arrival. We start treatment on the day of their arrival. And today, we cure close to 90% of the children who come to us with this diagnosis.
Pros. There are better treatment monthly. The faster in diagnostic is the better in the treatment work. Kids get more attention of their parents in case they dance the dancing the touch before.
There are things you'd overlook, like a bloody nose, but we had just turned the heat on. Her brother had a bloody nose too.
she had these awful stomach pains, and I felt helpless, and then they would subside. They were pretty intense. Little did we know that her liver and spleen were swelling. And I took her to see my doctor, and he's like, Jimmy, I don't like these numbers. I think she has leukemia. And I said, what?
And it was this just unbelievable emotional roller coaster. Every piece of news you get that's not good feels like it could be the end. You have to start to trust in the doctors and the nurses that they're doing their jobs, that they know what they're doing, and that she is going to get better.
What I love about Lulu is that she's feisty, and she's sometimes a tornado, and she's just really funny. When Lulu got sick, I felt really scared, and I didn't know what was going to happen.
During the course of her treatment, I tried to explain to her the ups and downs, and how do you tell a 5-year-old the journey that cancer is going to bring you? It's very hard to describe. So she was very ill. She put her hand on my hand as if to stop me and say, Mom, I know. Storm, rainbow, and she drew a little rainbow in the air with her finger. So she just understood intuitively what this journey meant at age 5 that I couldn't even explain to her.
She really showed me how strong, how powerful children are mentally and physically.
I'm going to ring the bell because it's the end of my treatment.
All right, everybody, this is her last dose of chemo. Ready to ring that bell? When your last chemo has come and gone, ring this bell to tell everyone. It's time to celebrate. Hip hip hooray! What a great feeling, what a great day.
Cons. Kids can't face the hard edges. Kids don't get to do the things they love to. Kids might be love of pain because of the treatment.
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, ALL, is a cancer of the stem cells in the bone marrow that produce lymphocytes. The term acute means the cancer cells multiply rapidly, crowding out the normal cells in the blood and bone marrow. In addition, as the number of unhealthy lymphocytes in the blood and bone marrow increases, fewer red blood cells and platelets are produced. If the bone marrow is unable to produce enough healthy lymphocytes, the patient will be unable to fight infections. The leukemia cells will travel in the bloodstream or metastasize to other organs in the body where they begin to form additional tumors. Common symptoms of ALL include persistent fever, fatigue, bleeding, easy bruising, and
Conclusion. Leukemia in children is a very sad, terrible, and destructive disease. Leukemia, despite the vain curable disease, does not stop wreaking havoc on the family nuclei.
I had leukemia when I was 11. And then when I was 21, I lost my father to esophagus cancer. I found out that I had cancer. It was kind of like a process almost, because it was leukemia, so it's not like a lump you find or anything. No one knew what was wrong. It was terrifying to find out that I had cancer. It was terrifying in so many different ways, but I think probably the first way it was terrifying was that I didn't know what it was, or I didn't know what it meant, and I didn't know, what it meant for the rest of my life, that I knew I had this really scary disease. And I remember being in the doctor's office with with my oncologist and my mom, and just bursting into tears, but I didn't know why. I didn't know what was involved or what was going to be involved in the treatment of it or anything like that. And then I guess when I was older and I found out that my dad was going to experience something like the same thing, it was like a rock kind of falling into the pit of your stomach.